which actually makes sense in the thinking that I feel like they can use the presence of the Khalid and his execute to just punish Van and punish the members of Aether Main if they're too aggressive with their invades here. Because, of course, when you're invading, you're put at the risk of just losing a lot of health, and then Reach Apex might not have enough finishing power in the early to mid, but they will have that execute just in case.
Yeah, and execute is something that you don't really expect all the time, and you always want to assume that you have enough HP for an outplay, and it's the execute battle spell is always just the no.
Yeah.
The moment you feel like, oh, I can finally pull off my outplay,
You're out.
You're out. Go back to base. Gray screen simulator time for you. And again, that execute, quite funny if we talk about it, but quite effective as well in terms of competitive gameplay, especially in baiting out those fights or finishing off dives, because you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a failed dive. A failed dive is not only economically bad for you in time and in gold, but also you wouldn't want to appear in the other side of the highlight reel. Who wants
Exactly.
that?
Like no one is ever happy about being the guy on the poster that's being dunked on. So yeah, let's see who's gonna get dunked on here, as this is match point and tournament life is at stake here for Reach Apex, the representatives from Mindanao here in the Philippines. Big question and big hopes for them, but now they're up against Aether Main, the org that is the home of the original champions of the MPL
OG.
Philippines.
And for Reach Apex here, will they reach Manila if ever they do win? The Benedetta
no.
going in for the first blood, but the flame shot back to the turret though, gotta say, that looks great.
Great play there by Sackboy, knowing that his flame shot is a knockback in close distance, sends back Benedetta. So Beerus now 1-for-1 now. Not that big of a win, and he gave a little bit of control in the top lane there to the Khalid, but now Yuji's gonna come in here. Innocent cannot farm up. See, man, I told you, the Hilda just gives the Claude such a hard time.
It's so sad to look at it, but damn, it's just doing work. I gotta say, this Hilda, I hate to see it. I hate to be in the receiving end of it. When you're playing against a good Hilda player, it's just so hard to farm.
And you're welcome, by the way, for my Hilda play in that one ranked game we played earlier. That was a good one for us.
You know what? Yeah. It's fist bump. that really gave me quite the boost. I actually scored MVP that game because of you, so I gotta credit you for that.
No, you carried me as well.
You know what? Thank you. But going back to this game, 2 minutes in, 1K gold lead for the side of PVE, and Aether Main, another one, baby. And that's DJ Khalid going down. It's not even Khalid going down.
Yeah, that was the best. If that was the Khalid, it would have been perfect. But I saw what you were going for there. Turtles now is the next objective for these two teams as it has spawned. Longer it stays on the map, it will be increasing its stats. Gonna take some time to take down, but then the wards will be even greater, as now Reach Apex are trying to find some control again in this game after they lose too early. Falling Star Moon is connected by Tigasin. Actually, no, Innocent was able to get away, but look at Innocent. He's only level 2 and it's about to hit level minute 3. It's like he's on tank mode right now. He can't get anywhere in the map. Right under tower, he's completely hounded by the members of Aether Main.
Alexa, play that sad song, and it's just going ham and going down so far for Innocent 04. And one more death, it's gonna be really Innocent 04.
Yeah.
And oh man, this is gonna be another kill for Aether Main, and that's their 4th kill of the game, plus might just be the turtle trade-off though.
Yeah, they don't have retribution though. He's not here. The Claude isn't here. I'm not sure who was able to get it. No, it's still going to be up, and it seems like Innocent was able to take it. Aether Main was able to secure some kills, but that's an objective this time for Reach Apex. But they still do not have the control that they want to have in this game. They've been completely outrun and outgunned here in the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the match. They have to use this moment to gain control because they got the first major objective of the game.
And the moment might just be now. Attention does find 2 people, but Yuji here, still quite alive with a feathered airstrike. Doesn't land though, but a stun coming in from Nav forces the backshot to just roll away.
All right, stunning into Nav. Let's see if Attention can be able to help his Claude here. Already the turtle buff is still with him. Flicker out there for the Baksha, so he stays alive, but Beerus again from out of nowhere. The interception from Beerus Benedetta.
Man, I just remember one superstar, one wrestling superstar out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just the RKO out of nowhere, but looks like Blazing Duet will land on nothing. Just a show of fireworks with Hilda. Okay,
Stun.
you know what? If Hilda took that out, I would just be sad.
Oh, Dark Warrior coming in with the Raging Sandstorm. Good counterplay there against that far side. Innocent under the tower right now trying to find, but here comes Attention now with his own interception. Chasing Nav. Van trying to get away. Sherby in the middle of it all. Call him Beerus going in with the dashes. He has the sword instead, but now here comes Choco. Couldn't get the kill there onto Sackboy. Nav really low. He has the shield. Flame shot somehow missing. Going in between, but Reach Apex will take that as they take down Van.
That's one kill going to the side of Panda, and finally we're seeing both teams getting the same amount of kills. But in terms of gold though, Aethermain's still 1k ahead, and that's mainly because of the objectives. And what the hell was that?
That was
what?
That was sad.
I know, there's a lot of sad things happening to both PVE and Panda in this game, and now that the gold is equalized, the game is now in the balance.
Unfortunate what happened there to Choco running into, or actually the wheel ran into him. Easy kill there for Attention's Baksha, roaming around the map, getting information. But again, the mosquito, the big mosquito filled with blood, that is Van's Hilda. That's been a thorn on Reach Apex's side, providing a lot of map control and tempo set here for Aethermain. Actually, it's just not him. Beerus has also been setting the tempo with his aggressive backline dives.
Yeah.
But Beerus has to be careful here as Dark Warrior is zoning him out. The turtle, though, I think Reach will not be able to reach it just in time.
Yeah, and if Nav is a mosquito, I'd say that Beerus is a whole wasp for the side of Panda. And he just goes out of nowhere with no intent to help around. He just wants to kill one person and go. Call it a day. I'm a wasp. I kill things and I get out.
Is that what wasps really do?
I'm sorry, they don't have some. They don't help nature. They just kill other insects, man.
Wasps are
Yeah, wasps
terrifying.
They are terrifying, and Surib or Beerus is quite terrifying as well on this Benedetta. But again, this game is already equalized, and I'm quite sure Panda Gaming is already cooking up their next play. But at this point, I think they're getting outpaced again.
Dark Warrior, though, what he's been doing recently is that he's been adjusting his placements into the middle shrub to cut off the rotation here of Beerus's Benedetta, which is something that they really need to do. Meanwhile, the bottom lane, Baron, who was able to outplay them Esmeralda of Sagitno earlier, needs to get away. He does, has the Shunpo Nav with the flicker past the wheel. It seems like Innocent, though, is nearby. Potentially fight, but no, they don't take it. Panda is still trying to give him some space, trying to give him time to farm up on the Claude. It is still a really close game, though. Reach Apex actually has the kill lead here, so it's not impossible to say that with just one play, they can completely turn this game around.
Yeah, and for Innocent 04, the 04 dream might not just come true for us for now. And looks like the 3v1 at the top side would seal the deal, but Surib,
wow.
the dashes, baby, that's
smooth, so smooth. What an escape. UG comes in with a feathered airstrike. Attention forced to flicker away. Innocent 04 still not gonna get that 04. Good news for him. And Aethermain with a counterplay. Beerus, now we get it. I take back what I said when I said I'd rather see the Benedetta go on your hands. Let's just never give it to him again, because he has been absolute star this entire match.
Insane plays that you could say that they are insane plays in the early game, especially with that first blood going near the inner turret. That's just very aggressive, but still he survived that until the Kagura pushed it back to the turret. But then the top side, bot side rather, Degassen versus Khalid. Quite the standard matchup. I feel like they won't really do a lot there. The turtle spawns at the top side. Kagura is there to contest, but looks like he's in a bad position.
And now Choco and the rest of Aethermain have their eyes set on the turtle. Yuji's gonna get forced out a little bit here as Van is sort of getting annoyed here by Baron. Aether main and reach Apex. It's a scramble for the turtle right now. No one able to find the positioning they need. Tigasin is able to zone out Dark Warrior there in the mid lane. It's going to be Aether main with control and Aether main with the turtle. The blazing duet all the way back home. Innocent forced to go back. The back just going to go down. And that's 2 down for reach Apex as Aether main secures the turtle after a really scrappy start to that fight.
Good thing that you pointed out that it was a scrappy fight, and honestly, because it is. Panda Gaming, I'm quite sure that they wanted one thing, get the turtle. But instead of getting the turtle, they actually fed 2 kills instead to the hands of Aether main. And was the suicide mission worth it if it wasn't successful?
Yeah, well, they really could have gotten it. It's just that Aether main is really playing much better right now. And Reach Apex still having a hard time positioning. Look at that, Dark Warrior gets rained down upon with the Feather Dash, right with the Blazing Duet, the knockup Baron. This could be the turnaround here for Reach Apex. The Flame Shot doesn't land, but they get to secure a kill out of Van. Oko able to jump onto the wall and escape, but Tigasin from out of nowhere with a falling star moon. Sackboy takes a lot of damage from Beerus, but attention keeps him alive. Not a big turnaround that we were hoping for either team, but they'll take the trades nonetheless.
And it happens. The innocent 04 power spike, the 04 power spike. Will he finally get that carry item or that carry moment that he deserves? But you know, a Sticker's out there going in for the shield, Frost Moon shield, and the dodge on the Raging Sandstorm. Great kiting coming in from Tigasin, but looks like Dark Warrior will win the early part of this trade. Quicksand Guard can't even stop that. You're just gonna watch 2v1. It's there. The damage, it's just gonna end you. And Khalid goes down.
And Reach Apex are gonna do everything they can to hold on tight. They can't seem to find that turnaround play. They've been trying their best. In a couple of moments, or a few moments ago, we thought that they would actually be getting it, but it's been hard as Aether main has not been giving them the opening that they want. Purple buff just stolen away right now by Choco. And you gotta feel for Reach Apex. They've been doing what they could, but it seems like they can't seem to fully execute. But again, it's not really their fault. Aether main right now, the control that they have and the way they're playing is just really difficult for Reach Apex to do.
It hits differently. Aether main playing right now. It feels like we're watching game 1 all over again, where it feels close in terms of kills and fights, but suddenly, when you look at the objective chart, when you look at the objectives, the lords, the turtles, it's all going to the favor of PVE. And it just goes to show that the objectives wins games. Look at the damage coming in from Farsa.
No towers broken just yet by Reach, and Innocent is still desperately trying to get back at this and get that farm, but man, I really can't blame the guy. Going up against a Benedetta, going up against a Hilda in the Ling, you just have so much to worry about in terms of who the hell is gonna invade me this time. And throughout the game, it was just a lot. Multiple answers to that one question.
A lot. Multiple answers to one question. Who will invade me today? Perhaps another member of PVE, or perhaps the whole team. And it's gonna be 0-4 for Innocent 0-4. And look at that.
Oh, the cut by Tigasin. The falling star moon is in. And Sackboy is out. Attention could be next. Dark Warriors nearby to potentially stop it, but he cannot use the Raging Sandstorm to go in there. This is gonna be a little bit too deep. Blazing Duet. Oh, no! Not enough damage. Beerus with the kill. 3 are down. Bottom turret gone. And the base could be up next. Reach Apex. Sadly, they have reached their limit. And Aether main stays alive as the story of Reach Apex ends here. When finally Aether main gets that final hit on that base. There we go. Game number 2 and series goes to Aether main.
Renmar, I'm sorry, I gotta say that if there's one win Aether could take, it's delaying your final caster call for that base. They literally danced a bit. But then again, going back to that game, Aether main, there was something else in that 2-0 sweep. But for Reach Apex, finally, well, not finally, sadly for them, they reached their end already for the story of MPL Open, or main qualifiers already. Congratulations for reaching the top 6 of the 3,040 teams. Again, that's a big achievement already. 6 teams remaining, you're part of it, but you know, winners are winners for a reason. Aether still in it.
We have a saying here in the MPL Philippines where our qualifiers, we call it as wasakan ng pangarap, which means where dreams come to end. Relatively speaking, like, I mean, loosely translated. But hopefully what Reach Apex can take out of this is take this as an opportunity or an opening for further opportunities in your career as professional ML esports athletes. Thank you, Reach Apex, for making it this far. We wish you all the best. But Aether Main is moving on, and the dream of the Kings possibly reclaiming a spot in the throne room of champions stays alive as Aether. Again, they're still moving on and they're still alive in the lower bracket.
Yeah, and the challenges are still up there for Aether Main here for Patrick Viray Esports. It's going to be even harder now. The next teams that they will face for tonight will be more challenging, more vicious, and more hungry to take that one slot to the MPL regular season, considering that the other slot will be from the guy on the upper bracket right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult road here for the teams here in the lower bracket, but in just a bit, Midnight is going to tell us all about what we saw in those two games, or in the last game that we saw. To explain us more and give us the details, here's Midnight.
Ang masasabi ko lang is may bagong sad boy. Ito na ang pinakamalungkot na Claude na nakita natin for quite some time. Never got the purple buff on the early game. That is because of the Hilda pick ng Aether Main. Once again, my name is Midnight, your resident analyst for today. And importante actually, yung hinighlight natin kanina, no? Yung Hilda pick ng Aether Main, it shut down completely the idea of the Claude ng Reach Apex. Although they did their best, no? Even though they have a good matchup against the Hilda, they have the Basha to remove the region. Sadly, hindi yan sapat kasi nga wala rin namang damage output on the earlier parts of the game. We will be looking on the items in just a bit, pero kailangan lang natin i-clear out na conditional pa rin naman yung victory ng Aether Main dito, no? Even though they are doing very well, actually fantastic on the start, may mga plays pa rin na medyo questionable, no? Specifically on Choco sa may link. Now, we're gonna look at the items on our screens. Papakita natin yung mga items na binili ng ating mga players. As you can see, no, medyo mahirap talaga yung Claude. Nabuo niya yung Demon Hunter Sword around 8 minutes and going to the Golden Staff siya rito. Now, the Khalid went for the Bloodlust Axe and the Blade of Heptasis against the lineup of PVE. This is of course to remove the regen of the Hilda and the Esmeralda. Unfortunately, hindi rin naman yan enough dahil if siya umalis sa lane, hindi nila mauhold yung lane na yun. And PVE, as much as possible, they'd want to fight multiple fights at once, no? Because of the mobility of the Ling and the Farsa. They can do that. They can control most of the map. Actually, dagdag pa natin dyan si Benedetta. Now, on the side of PVE, makikita natin si Ling dito. Again, standard, naka-Demon Hunter Sword and Endless Battle. Medyo curious lang ako bakit hindi siya masyado nag-farm. No? Could have definitely opted to go for the Endless Battle first if he wanted to fight as early as he did on this game. Pero kung mag-farm kayo as Ling, as much as possible, you just want to opt for the Demon Hunter Sword. So yung binili nilang dito, no, hindi lang nag-sync dun sa playstyle niya kasi nauna yung Demon Hunter Sword. Now, we're gonna look into the highlights of that game. Of course, nakita niyo naman kanina yung suffering ng Claude, no? For the most part of the game, hinahabol lang siya ni Benedetta tsaka ni Farsa rito, no? Hindi siya tinatantanan. And the reason why is sobrang importante kasi, sobrang crucial nung early game ng isang Claude. If you're able to shut him down, madedelay mo yung pinakauna niyang power spike, which is the Demon Hunter Sword. Bakit sobrang importante ng Demon Hunter Sword? Because he lacks damage. And wala siyang ibang skills pang supplement nun or pang tulong sa lack of damage sa may early game. And if you do that, if you manage to shut down the Claude, then suddenly you have up until time na mabubuo niya yung Demon Hunter Sword. So ideally, by 6 minutes, meron ka ng DHS. If kayang i-delay ng kalaban mo yung DHS na yun by an extra minute or extra 2, diba? Yung 2 minutes na yun, ang laking window nun and ang laking opportunity nun to scale more and gather resources. And yung mga diniscuss natin kanina, yung mga kinokontrol na area, Aether Main, they really love doing that. Kapag nakakakuha sila ng objective, they play around a certain area of the map. As you can see on the on the upper left of the screen, no, makikita nyo yung minimap. Talagang kung saan nila gusto lumaban, dun sila mag-group up. Actually, may mga times din na, again, sinabi natin kanina, they love multiple fights. This is because of the presence of the Ling and the Benedetta. Alongside the Farsa, of course. And naturally, makikita natin, PVE ay sila ang nagwagi, no? This is inevitable, to be honest. And again, that's the sad part about the draft of Reach Apex. Talagang hindi nila kayang labanan itong tao na to na si Van. Instead of going for the Atlas, na comfort pick ng Aether main, they went for the classic Hilda counter. Actually, even the top teams, they fall against this kind of strategy. Even Bren, the likes of Bren Esports, Cartesi, ilang beses yun na sinabi, nakaka-bad trip mag-Claude kapag may Hilda. And Van did his job that's fantastically, no? Kasi hindi talaga nakakuha ng purple buff si Innocent04 no early game. And actually, may mga times pa nga na parang siya mismo, willing siyang i-reset yung purple buff kasi alam niyang mapapahamak lang siya. And those are the basics and the fundamentals na inabuse lang talaga ng Aether main to advance to the next round of MPL main qualifiers. Ngayon, we're down to the 4 teams. Excited ako sa mga susunod nating matches and I'm pretty sure excited din ang ating mga casters.
Oh man, it was a very easy game for the Hilda of very easy game of Mobile Legends Van for the Hilda.
Okay. You know, I was
I'm
thinking.
sorry,
I was thinking. I was thinking why you were laughing before we started the intro. Like Midnight didn't say anything funny. I'm quite sure. But then again, you go in with the intro. That was an easy game of what? Mobile Legends Van. But again, that was a great Hilda game, though.
Yeah, I mean, again, we said it earlier in the draft that Claudes just really historically do not have good games against Hildas. It's very difficult to farm up as a Claude because Hilda really just thrives in the shrubs and thrives in the invades, and they didn't really have the lineup on the side of Reach Apex to punish those Van Hilda invades. So again, it's not to discredit the player of the Claude for I think it was Innocent04.
Innocent04 going 04.
Yeah, but it was just really, man, the cards were stacked against him. He really couldn't do much. It's quite sad. But Reptar and Naomi here, again, it was an honor casting this game with you. You can get to take a quick breather, and we can take a quick breather. You as well watching at home. But when we back, more lower bracket action in the qualifiers.
Moment na sana, pero hassle ang kate. Yung kati na yan, dahil sa dandruff yan. You need Head and Shoulders. Unlike beauty shampoos, tanggal ang dandruff that causes kate. No more hassle sa moment. Goodbye na sa kate, dahil 100% dandruff-free ka.
Hey guys, I'm here with Kate and Bea.
Bad timing ang kate. Baka dandruff yan? Use Head and Shoulders every day. Unlike beauty shampoos, tanggal ang dandruff that causes kate. Para di babalik-balik, katigan for good na. Dahil 100% dandruff-free ka.
Hi guys, I'm here with Kate.
Para araw-araw, close na close. Max pinabango pa.
Hi everyone, this is Catherine Bernardo.
At ako naman po si Daniel Padilla. Guys, may PayMaya na ba kayo?
Kung wala pa, dapat mag-download na kayo sa Google Play or App Store dahil ito na ang usong pangbayad ngayon.
Ang PayMaya is isang mobile payment app using only your cell phone, and you can pay practically anything, kahit online transactions pa yan.
With PayMaya, hindi mo na kailangan magdala ng cash for your day-to-day expenses. Pwede kang magbayad ng bills, bumili ng prepaid load, mag-online shopping, mag-send money, magbayad gamit ng QR code, at marami pang iba.
Pero ang the best part dito ay, may balik-bayad ka pa.
Each time you use PayMaya, may balik sa'yo na cashback at rewards, kaya sulit ang oras mo dahil hindi mo na kailangan pumila, and you can just pay using your app anytime, anywhere.
Kaya guys, huwag kakalimutan, pag may babayaran ka,
Don't pay cash, pay Maya.
Hi everyone! Welcome to the latest episode of Road to Mythic, featuring Paquito, the Heavenly Fist. We will walk you through the gameplay and tactics so you can grind the ranks with ease. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. Paquito is a versatile fighter who has a unique mechanic, Champ Stance. Champ Stance grants Paquito a variety of combos, leaving him enough room for skillful plays. Paquito builds stacks when hitting enemy heroes with basic attacks or dealing damage with skills. Upon reaching 4 stacks, Paquito enters Champ Stance and enhances his next skill. Note that Champ Stance not only enhances the damage output of Paquito's skills, but also the shield granted by his first skill. The enhanced shield drastically boosts Paquito's survivability. The second skill serves as Paquito's damage tool, which inflicts massive damage. Moreover, in Champ Stance, casting the second skill allows Paquito to throw 2 jabs instead of 1, making the already impressive damage output even more devastating. Paquito's ultimate is a perfect skill for both teamfights and diving. The enhancement brought by Champ Stance makes it possible for Paquito to inflict control effect twice with just 1 ultimate cast. The ultimate is mighty handy, whether Paquito needs to initiate a teamfight or chase down an enemy target. Since Paquito is an agile fighter in possession of various combos, we highly recommend this set of equipment, as it ensures good survivability while boosting his damage output. Prioritize Bloodlust Axe, as it drastically increases Paquito's endurance and cooldown reduction. Next, Warrior Boots would be a perfect choice to get some extra movement speed. Blade of the Heptazes and Endless Battle are next in line, as their passive further enhances Paquito's basic attacks. Lastly, Queen's Wings and Immortality will help Paquito exert dominance in teamfights while staying alive and well. Note that once Champ Stance is active, all Paquito skills will finish their cooldowns. Whether you're going for